Thank you, everyone, for being here. I think we are the heroes of the resistance being here in this twilight time of the MoodleMoot, right? So thanks again for your presence. And just want to clarify a few things before we begin. Wait a minute. Yeah, because I was talking about, because we have a little change at the last minute. We switched the speaker. So my name isn't even in the program, and you didn't get the time to stalk me on the LinkedIn. And so it's important to me to say a little bit of who I am. This is me, next to this gorgeous woman, who is my fiancée, in the streets of Edinburgh. And I'm the director of PMO at Kaptiva. I'm a project management specialist, and I have about 25 years leading project teams. The last 10 most focused on Moodle. And despite this is my first time at the MoodleMoot. This is my first time as a speaker. And this is my first time giving a talk in English. So it's a triple risk. Thank you, you're so kind. I was really afraid of embarrassing myself. I looked at the mirror in the morning and I said, come on, be brave, be brave. And my reflection said to me, shut up. You go out of your house every day wearing stupid suspenders. Being embarrassed is not a problem to you. Okay, so let's go. I've been looking for the titles of all the other talks that have been presented here. And you see, ours is called Moodle Beyond Education. And I was looking, and I noticed that rather frequent use of a specific word, beyond. Moodle Beyond Education. This is ours. Moodle Beyond the Mark, Beyond the Play Button, Beyond the Forum, Beyond Skills. And this, to me, can only mean two things. Either we all use too much AI to make our titles, or, and that's what I bet on, there's something that, a common feel that there's something that we really must go beyond. And don't get me wrong, I'm like all of you, I'm a Moodle enthusiast. But the way I see it, the very thing that seems to have to go beyond is the Moodle itself. It might be imagination, but perhaps there's a little code in here. I don't want to offend Moodle, I love Moodle, but at the end of the talk, I think you agree with me, or at least we have some common ground. We need to go beyond Moodle, but without abandoning Moodle. In other words, it's about making what we already do well, but make it incredible. I'm not a programmer myself, I'm a project manager. And such as, I believe that everything I've heard from clients over nearly 100 implementations give us a strong clue. From my perspective, Moodle has three major strengths. Their modular features, an endless, a plethora, I use this word, a plethora of plugins, an endless range of plugins and resources. It's open. Anyone can go to Moodle Cloud right now and buy a platform. It's accessible. Even small IT teams or individual developers can set up an installation. In other hands, in the world of proprietary platform was generally the opposite. They have limited features. They are limited to what is essential to their primary customers. If you want something to change, they will make a change request, or they will just ignore you. They are closed. They don't share their secrets, and they don't aim to be a universal response to everything. And they are less accessible. They require a technical team to reduce the client's efforts in deployment. In my opinion, the problem is that these same strengths carry within the seed of all the difficulties that we face to take Moodle beyond. From how I see, Moodle serves the vast majority of people. They are happy. Large companies, individual users, elementary schools, high school, universities, these institutions benefit greatly from the fact that Moodle is open and accessible in its operation. But beyond these users, there's a specific type of client we struggle to reach. These clients have two characteristics. One, they want to go beyond education. They want to use the platform as part of their brand strategy, far beyond simply having a stable and functional platform. And two, they have no clue of how to do it. And for these clients, when a platform presents seemingly infinity possible, they freeze simply because they cannot decide. I often say that these highly demanding clients ultimately want to be guided by the provider. If we don't have the answer ready, or if we are not capable of guiding the implementation process, these clients end up preferring to spend more money seeking proprietary platforms, where the limits are clearly defined from the start. We need to learn from proprietary platforms. Guiding often means knowing when to say no. Be warned now. Those with sensitive hearts should be advised that I will show images of horror. This is what a nightmare is made of. I warned you. This happened in the best families. I'm sure you have also, at some point, felt like part of the Scooby-Doo gang, solving mysteries. Why this plugin is doing A instead of doing B? We have also spent plenty of hours with our teams investigating things like this. In my experience, when a platform is full of errors, it means we are dealing with an implementation that failed to set limits on the client's ideas. And thinking we are helping, this attitude ends up only damaging Moodle's reputation, which is absolutely unfair because all systems have errors, yet they are not stigmatized. Stigmatized? Oh, you know. Let me then talk about how we believe we can solve this and achieve large-scale implementation with major impact and results. Dun, 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 dun. It's necessary to align multiple areas and expertise to solve problems that clients doesn't even know they will have. Therefore, the stance we need to take is we are the specialists. We must position ourselves this way if we want them to make the best decisions. And when they don't know what to do, we decide for them. We have this confidence. We know where are we going. There are the 4 roles that every Moodle service provider needs to play, or at least collaborate with someone who does. Backend specialist, Moodle specialist, design specialist, and customer success specialist. The backend specialist ensures that clients doesn't request resources that only inflate the project cost, while preventing them from saving in areas that could ultimately harm the performance. This cannot be done without years of practice or certification in IT infrastructure. A good infrastructure cannot be based solely on the expected number of users of a platform. This analysis needs to look at the actual project and specific needs without generalizations. Moreover, nowadays, simply keeping Moodle up and running is not enough. Especially for companies with high reputational risk, all issues involving security data, ownership, data ownership, backup routines and legal compliance must be considered, not to mention integration with existing systems, which cannot be solved just stuffing code in the Moodle. Suppliers who don't play this role contribute to lowering the perceived value of a Moodle implementation. Here I have an example, and please, would you? Yeah. I'll show you an example, and I'll talk about it later.
Pessoas nas ruas, né, na rua têm perguntado para nós, nossa, o que é aquele ônibus escrito Sicoob? Aí a gente já fala, é o expresso, né? Na verdade, ele não é um ônibus de transporte, ele traz conhecimento, ele está levando conhecimento. Lá você pode, né, fazer seus cursos.
Então isso é fato, vai trazer mudança, vai trazer alguma coisa na vida dessas pessoas, e isso é muito bom, que a gente semeia boas sementes aqui hoje. E é uma mudança, eu acho que aqui para muitas pessoas talvez é um ponto de partida para um novo tempo.
Nós percebemos que o pessoal carece sim dos cursos, nós vimos o tamanho do portfólio, né, dos cursos disponibilizados pelo Instituto e muita gente procurando.
Nós temos que ter essa concepção de cooperativismo, que ele valha para todo o nosso país, né? A gente tem exemplos de outros países, mas nós vamos tratar do nosso país primeiro.
Então é muito importante, com certeza, esse cooperativismo.
I think you've already got the idea. They run an educational initiative called Expresso Instituto Sicoob. Sicoob Institute Express. Basically, large buses equipped with computer stations circulate the cities, delivering free financial education course. For a project like this, the infrastructure was designed specifically to guarantee high availability. We cannot care about how many people are online. The platform must never go down, because we never know when an important bus like this is in action. And even if there's only one student in there, it's important. It must be functional. Cool, right? The second role is the role of Moodle specialist. That's the most comfortable for all of us. However, there is a common misconception about their function. People imagine that a specialist's job is to give wings to the client's imagination. You have a need, I have a plugin. It doesn't work, I'll bend it until it works. But this place is where projects comes to die. Malfunctioning features, dragging along for years, visually failing short of the client's expectations, even if it's functional, generates nothing more than frustration. A Moodle specialist knows when to give wings and when to cut it. The client must be guided toward the best outcome. A patient doesn't come asking for antibiotics. They come with a cough. The doctor determines if it's a lung infection and then decides on the antibiotics. A deep analysis of the client needs is necessary to shape the information gathered during the commercial agreement. This is another example. It's a company, it's the International Airport of Rio de Janeiro, Rio Galeão, the second most important airport in Brazil. They have mandatory courses, and these courses, if they are not made, from the pizza stand to the system that controls luggage, they can not function because they have not the course and the authorization to operate even the pizza stand to the system that controls the luggage. And we all know that an airport cannot function without the pizza stand. At Rio Galeão, beyond infrastructure concerns, we helped them design the entire process of purchasing, billing, and certifications. It's an ongoing project, and we are still involved in discussions about the client's business roles to help them to get most of the platform. We are changing the business role instead of changing the platform, because the business role isn't working. It's not a problem on the platform, and we have to convince them of it. And the front-end specialist. Now, speaking about it, large brands have huge concerns about their presentation and public perception. Corporate education projects often aim far beyond simple education. They want to project an image, and the platform must support that. We had designers that faint when they see this. Internal platforms are not as they don't have high expectations about visual because they have no point of comparison with other platforms. However, for platforms operating into the wide and open seas, users are exposed to the most crazy and diverse platforms on the internet. A text-heavy, hard-to-navigate platform will quickly lose interest of the users. No interest means no recommendation, and the project dies. Knowledge of UX and design is crucial. The role involves suggesting ways to apply the client's visual identity, creating banners and images, configuring menus, and building attractive landing pages. It's all about knowing when less is more, when a clean design delivers a better experience than a crowded one. Less qualified professionals or companies cannot answer these questions. We must have the answers ready. Returning to the Sicoob, we did with him a four-handed collaboration to give the platform an appropriate identity. You see, this is his Instagram. They rely on this campaign. This is Rosana Jatobá, is a very influential journalist there in Brazil. They hired her as an ambassador of their platform. You know, can you see how important is this platform to them? They cannot offer less than the perfect. And we did a four-handed collaboration with them to give a platform an appropriate identity. This required going beyond Moodle, literally, because we have to make some integrations. We have to make the platform integrate with WordPress to achieve their needs. But we have this other case, Global. I think you have already heard about it's the biggest company, media company in Brazil. And here, our approach was to create a model and help them channel their creativity within it. The result was a beautiful platform up to global quality standards. They say that we have a global quality standard. We reached it, and without the challenges we faced in Sicoob, where we didn't set the right amount of no's. Here we did everything in Moodle. We made a wireframe and said, you must be creative inside it. And they did. The last one is the customer success specialist. Now the project is delivered. The project manager is popping champagne with the team, but the work is not done. Now we have to assist the client if we want to truly be a partner of him. Most e-learners' initiatives die of starvation or solitude. And we have to assist the client if we want to truly be a partner of him. Most e-learners' initiatives die of starvation or solitude. Most e-learners' initiatives die of starvation or solitude. And we have to assist the client if we want to truly be a partner of him. Most e-learners' initiatives die of starvation or solitude. The platform isn't engaging, the users are not drowning, leadership questions the investment, funding is cut, and the promoter loses his job. We usually say that our great goal, we work to make people being promoted. That's our goal in the company. The role of a customer success specialist is to monitor platform results and suggest ways to improve engagement, adopt new resources, reorganize content, identify recurring issues, send activity reminders, and so on. This is DIESE, is one of Brazil's largest research institutes, part of the labor union movement, founded in 1955. They make socioeconomic research and analysis. They offer a multiple set of graduation and post-graduation courses, but beyond a functional platform, they need new ideas for their courses. Our work includes suggesting new features, user support, teacher training, creating new course platforms, and anything else necessary to maximize platform potential. They don't have very high visual identity demands, but we need strong support for teachers and students. Without it, the platform would be dead. This is a thing that we do not pay too much attention. The project doesn't end when it ends. Finally, in the last few minutes, I would like to recap. Moodle, one, Moodle needs to go beyond itself, reaching clients with expectations beyond what we currently serve. Two, clients with high expectations expect to be guided by service providers, trusting qualified professionals to lead implementations. Three, this level of quality is only achievable if we, as providers, are prepared with certified multidisciplinary teams. And four, this standard is neither easy nor cheap to achieve. Therefore, we should view proprietary platforms as benchmarks and emulate their best practice. These are the competitors we must really challenge, not ourselves. Moodle owes nothing to proprietary platforms. Nothing. We are here. We are the authors of this history. We are here because we have faith in Moodle. We are here because we have faith in our abilities. We have faith in the future. So let's go beyond. And in the words of Gonzaguinha, a Brazilian compositor, music compositor that I very dear to me, I say, let's go, let's make what will be. Thank you. Yeah. Any questions?
If money would be no question, what do we change in Moodle in 5 years?
In 5 years? I would begin with the user experience. The user experience would be the first thing that I would approach. It must be easier to operate. It must be more attractive to our students, and it's not a really hard job to do, because when you compare the Moodle with the Canvas or the Blackboard, they're not actually pretty. They're just easy to operate. And so that's, as I said, we have to know when more is less, and less is more. Because we have to know when the clean platform works better to the user experience. Sometimes I see designers, we deliver a platform to one designer, and we say, make it better. And it comes with us with a whole of images on it, I feel it's a carnival. It's not functional. So we'll clean it up and it works. So if I have to have a standard platform to begin with, I would work with a theme or a standard system that works better at his view. That would be my first approach, I think.
Got time for another quick question if anyone's got one?
Yes, I really like it because I kind of in the same way of thinking as you are. I was thinking, do you think you're gonna get involved because they announced they want to do a new design system for Moodle and invest a lot more resources into the UI UX of Moodle? So are you planning to get, or do you want to get involved also? Because since it's a free platform, like a lot of people can get involved into the process.
Yeah, I don't know if I get your question. Could you repeat, please?
Oh yes, I just wanted to know because Moodle's planning in 2026 to make like a all new design, a design system to facilitate the whole navigation and usability of the platform. And I wanted to know if you want to be involved into that process. If you
okay. I understood. I think, me as a person, but it should be a desire of all of us. All of us should be interested in this discussion. I'm sure this is the greatest potential of Moodle, the collective thinking, and collective minds, and a lot of brains working together. And I'm sure that there must be a lot of ideas here, much better than what I have, especially in English. I'm very dumb in English, but when I speak in Portuguese, I'm a little better. But there is everyone in this room and in this conference, actually in this event, should be concerned about and should be interested in participate in this project. It should be a goal. It should be a main target to all of us, because it makes us harder to sell our product, to offer our product. Even if you are not interested in charge. I have an open platform here, free of charge. I offer you. Someone will look and say, I don't want it, not even for free, because it's not appeal. And so we should, if we love Moodle as much as I think we love, I think we should really engage in this discussion.
Thanks very much, Luciano. I think that's all the time we have, so thanks again.